Hello tubers, I hope everyone's enjoying the sunshine. Maybe catch up on how my koi breeding is going. Here's one that I was hoping to chuck her eggs out, but she has not, so I've put her back in the pond now. She's been in the grow on tank or the breeding tank, whatever you want to call it, the big black thing up top there. He's chucked a bit of milk out over the last few days, week or so. She was meant to be a she, but I think it's an he. Still not 100% sure, as I've not seen it do much. I did buy her as a she, but I don't think she's a she, and not really played ball on a he. She, I think, has dropped a few eggs. Doesn't look as swollen, but she does still look as slightly swollen. Let's take you around and show you what I've been up to, shall we? I have uncovered a bit of the pond. I'm just going to try this. Don't know if it will zoom you in or zoom you out, but we'll have a go. Wrong way. I'm still a beginner with technology, people. But yeah, so I've uncovered this section of the pond. The waterfall, I wanted to get set up today. Get the water back running over the top. But the day's nearly done and I ain't got nowhere near it yet. Well, let's go on to see how I've been breeding. We'll miss them few tanks you can see at the bottom of the screen in a minute. We'll come back to them. It's still up. I've just put my Lacto Plus PSB in. I know it's in a 20 tub, but we are on the Sakikari now. Break the bank balance, buying them, out reckoning. But I did get a free cup off Ryan. So anyway, we've got babies in here. Put an air stone in each tub. If you lot think that air stone's a bit high, let me know, as I am a beginner at this. But we'll have a look, see if we can see out, shall we? I've got my bit of blue string on there, so it keeps them up this end of the winter window for the sunshine. Anyway, let's see if we can see out. I don't know if you can see any of them little ones there. Sorry about the glare. Let's see if we can pull it over a bit, see if we can do it with it. There's a bit of muck on top as well. But we do have fry. There is some in there as well. I don't think there's as many. I think there's probably about 200 in here. Now the one that Chuck takes out, anyway, yeah, the one that Chuck takes out, it's the first time chucking them out. So there wasn't many, and I got onto them late. I didn't see them in the morning. Not paying attention. So yeah, I've had to put them in here for now. I did set my hot tub up for it. But my hot tub, don't want to hold water, don't want to hold air. Keeps going down, don't know what you can see down there, but that keeps going down. Only wants to hold about 7 inch of water. I've just put a bit of fresh in this morning. I am going to put some of the fry in there. I mean, we have got a few tubs about everywhere, but I don't get control of them. That's the wife. She likes to do her few bits. I've been saying let's put some in, but she says, you keep your fish away from my snails. God give me strength sometimes. So anyway, there's another tub here. Yeah, I doubt you'll see out in here again either, which was from the same spawning. I don't know what you can see, people, as I'm just stretching over the tub, see if you can see anything. But there was only a few in here, or hopefully there is only a few in here. There is one at the back there, I don't know if you can see him, I don't know what you can see. It's up against the wall, probably 1.5 inches down in the water. But that is from the same spawn. Now then, I did chuck Jaffa Cake in, my other female, and she spawned. Now, I don't know if you can see, let's have, oh sugar, there goes the phone in the water, look. Me and technology, honestly, we don't mix. Let's see if I can show you anything. Now this one is full of eggs. But on the downside of that, I don't think we've got much sperm in it. There's a few clear eggs, but there is a few white eggs as well. Now, you want your eggs to be clear. You don't want them going white, because they start going mouldy. You want them to be clear, and then start seeing a couple of black dots in there. To be fair, the clear ones you probably won't see anyway, because I struggle to see them with my eyesight. But yeah, I am coming up 50. Yeah, the white ones I don't think are fertile. As I think you can see on a few of, where are you? I think a few of them ones you can see are just going a bit further. So, but yeah, she chucked out loads of eggs, but she's a few years older and she has done it before. I'll go up to the grow. I did put some methylene blue in there. If you do spawn your fish, you are best to put some, I call it antiseptic, but I don't know if that's the correct word. It's called methylene blue, and it just puts a bit of disinfectant, that's the right word, isn't it? A bit of disinfectant, I think, into the water to stop the eggs going mouldy. I did put some in here. I've just been thinning it out now over the last 3 or 4 days. I believe I did put enough in, as in a lot of the eggs are still clear and doing the biz. But the males that were in there were new males, chucking a bit of milt out, but I don't think they've done the biz how they should. So anyway, I sat here for an hour with this and see if I can get you a better picture. I've sat here this morning, I say I sat here doing a few bits, watching the fish in this side of the pond, smashing the weeds. I'm thinking, well, they're having fun. Lo and behold, the wife comes up an hour or so later and says, it's full of eggs. It's full of eggs. The pond's full of eggs. So I had to get my bung out, because there is a pipe that was from there under that slab, or stone, shall I say, and back out this side. So what I've had to do for now is push them all out from that side. Don't know whether you can see. Let's have a go. Let's have a go in it. Yeah, I've put a net there over the 12-inch pipe for now. I'll take the pump off for now. I am going to put my bung in there just so I can put my methylene blue in this side of the pond, leave it like that for a day, and then I will take the bung back out and put my net back across and hope for the best. Either it does or it don't. But I did say to her this year, we're not sacrificing the koi for anything, because last year I felt like we sacrificed the koi for things I didn't want to, i.e. goldfish, i.e. snails, i.e. buckets of blooming weed that I don't want, etc, etc. But I do love her, that's why I put up with it, and I think she loves me, that's why she's got no lawn. Yeah, half the covers are off. I'll take them other half off over the next few days, because I think the cold nights are gone now. But we'll go up to the grow on tank. Now I was going to stick another pair in here, but I'm going to leave it for a week. The reason being is we have still got quite a few eggs in here from the spawning of Jaffa Cake. So I was just going to leave it as it is. I is going to turn the pump off. There's a few still in that brush, not many. That brush weren't in here for breeding. I've just chucked it in now because it's got some the methylene blue in there, so I thought I'd chuck it in. You never know, but there has been the odd egg that's stuck to it that's been floating around in the water. So the water is about 24 degrees. It's about 18-inch deep. I think it's 12 foot wide, or long, shall I say. That end's 4 foot, and this bit down here drops to just under 5 foot. Goes up, shall I say, to just under 5 foot, and it is 4 foot. So, if you can make heads or tails of that. So yeah, that is a ripped up ton sack with a bit of float on top of it. I like the ton sack material because it actually sinks. So with that float on top, it sits through the water quite nice. And it's thin and soft, and they do like it. I think they prefer that more than anything. I've got a few of them, but the rest are in the tubs with egg stuck on them. So yeah, about 24 degrees, 18 inch deep on average. I've left them in here the last few days again now, but nothing's happened. So I've took them back out, put them in the pond. I'll give them a bit of rest. I'm going to give this one a week, 10 days, see what happens, and go from there. Oh, that sun, it's lovely, isn't it? It is tremendous. Now what I have been doing, fill that butt up with water, fill that butt up with water, because that is how I put water in the pond at the minute and all. I have no dechlorinator. I have tap water up at the shed, but I have no dechlorinator. I must invest in one, in about 3. So yeah, I drop one of them water buckets in, I dechlorinate it with my dechlorinator. I was just about to show you, it normally sits on that chair, but it ain't, it's down near the greenhouse at the minute. And I have been swapping 7 buckets of water out of that a day. I take 7 dirties out and put 7 clean ones back out of one of these, whichever one I can be bothered to at the time, whichever's the oldest of the water, and chuck 7 buckets in. So that's what I've been doing. My water parameters have stayed pretty good. Right then, let's have a look. Let's see if we can show you some eggs down here. Can you see any of them eggs? I think you can now, can't you? Look at the crap in the water. Oh, it was like a soup here earlier. I don't know what you can see. Is there any in there? Oh, they're obviously clear. Even the camera don't want to focus on it, look. Let's see what you can see in that clump there. I can see hundreds. I don't think you're seeing any. Apologise for the camera work. But it's laden in them. But yeah, you just can't see them against my hand, they disappear even more, to be fair. And you just see a few in there, I think. But anyway, it is riddled with them in there. So I'm going to take the chances with it. And the same as down here. Yeah, so to be fair, the fry was meant to be in the hot tub. So what I've had to do again now, I say again, is I've got a bucket of water there, which is out of one of them tubs. I put it in here yesterday, so it's had 24 hours to acclimatise to this temperature. And then I will take 7 jugs out of that. Excuse me, I just kicked the dog pan. 7 jugs out of that and put 7 jugs of clean water back in. And the same with the 2 tubs that are in there. And this one, I did change a bit at first to get rid of some of the methylene blue. But now I've not been taking water out, I've just been adding water. So 7 or 8 tubs again each day I've been going in with now. Dilute it down a little bit more. I do want to put them in the hot tub because the hot tub does hold some water and it is nice green water and all, greenish. It does stop at about 8 inches. Now I've not blew it up with air today, I thought I'll see how that goes and all, how much water I lose without blowing the air up. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Like I say, I'll leave it. I was going to hoover up today and all out the pond, but not, she won't let me now. No, there's eggs in. But I will do, once I've put that bung in there, I'll have an hoover of this side. And fingers crossed, next time you see the pond, the waterfall should be going, the sheets should be off. Now then, the waterfall is a bit of a pain in the backside at the minute because there's normally a pipe that comes over the top of my stones. And I presume you can see that 100mm and that 50mm duct in there. You see the black pipe coming out of it did go to a filter that was in the ground here last year, and I made one. a little barrel filter, and then it had 4 outlets, and it come over the stones, down them stones, across the little veggie filter, well, it's a small pond to be fair, and then over the top of that stone and into the main pond. But with my backy shower, putting it over there this winter, I extended the pipe that comes from that little pond, well, the little side of the main pond. That part there, I extended it to go to the backy shower. So what I want to do this week is get the backy shower. I don't want it there anyway because it sits right next to the skimmer vent, but it was just a case of being done for winter. So I want to move it to here for now and have it coming back over the rocks for the summer. But it would be nice eventually to tuck it in here once I get tidied up. And then back down a few plants that come down here, and then back into the pond, back down them rocks there, and back into the pond. And I presume the good thing that will be nice this week, we'll be having that net off, as there'll be no fishing this side. That'll be nice. I have not done barely a thing with my grow on project. It's just sitting how it is still. The trees are a mess still. But it'll get there when it gets there. I've stuck them boards on top, stopped some of the crap dropping in there, excuse my language. I've not managed to cut any of these yet, trim any of these up. Cut my line pole, that went a bit peaked on. It's not bent, it's just moved. Got that one to rectify. She's been nagging at me for a week now to do it. Not that she needs any excuse to nag at me, bless her. Let's go and show you the goldfish. They should start putting some colour on now. They're going nuts. Right then, we have got a few tubs. And you can see there's a tub there with weed. There's a tub there with weed, a tub there with weed, a tub there with weed, and a tub there with weed. Oh no, hang on. You see the big black one? That's the tub there full of weed. And there is a few more stashed at the back down here. So we will split a load of the fry up and put them in lots of them. And here's the goldfish. Let's have a look what we can see. They've come on quite well really now. I'll say the next month or two they are starting to lighten up. So I'd like to think they start going orange. Stick a little bit of food in for them, see what we can do. Try not to drop my phone. Ouch, you bagger, that was hot. Just put my bare leg against the aluminium frame of the greenhouse. There you are, and the bunnies. So that's the little ones. Shouldn't be in that tub. That tub is for koi. Was. Oh, it's better take a bit of food down to the other ones, isn't it? Not really fair, not feeding that tank and not the other. And we can see out in here. Probably not, it's a bit too much, but never mind. They're a little shyer in here. It's out the greenhouse as well, so it's not as warm. But they do take a little bit longer to come up. There's a little one come up. The big ones say, yeah, we'll let the little ones go up first and see what happens. I don't know what you can see, but there's a few of them coming up. See if I can put you on a different angle, see if we can see a bit better. I'm doing my best for you. Probably not seeing much, but I don't know what you can see, as I've got the sun glaring across this side of the screen as well. Anyway, they're doing alright. There's the other tubs I run about with a bit of weed in. We'll get some frying that the next few days. Be nice to Get a few fry in that as well. I mean, that was for fry, for koi, not for snails. Got this one. The old duckweed growing, the size of them slabs. Yeah. Oh, you can see that squid still leaking. Oh, but to be fair, last night, that round grate you see, I was about 10 mil under that last night, and I'm probably a good 10 mil under it last night, and I'm still a good 10 mil under it this morning, this afternoon. So I was over the moon at that. I think if I put the air in it, it will lose a bit more water, so we'll leave it like that. I will do a pH test on it today. There's a bit of rabbit poo in there, so I tested everything yesterday. It all come back all right, apart from the pH was a little high. So that's why I put a bit of water in yesterday, just to dilute it a bit. I'm going to test the water in a minute, see what the pH is like. If it's any good, then we'll check temperatures throughout the day. And once this temperature, it's the same as the temperature what the fry are in at the minute, and we'll see about putting some in here. But it all depends on the pH and the other parameters and the temperature. You must check all of them parameters, people, before you move fry, especially the pH, as you'll fold the fry and you won't have any. But yeah, so that's my plan. Look at me bush, look, I've had this a few years, but this year it got mould on it through winter and it's just hammered it, it's killed it. But we've had that 20 years, that little bush. I don't think it's going to survive another one. I mean, look at the state of them. They were nice, round little balls last year. I've got a pair of them, the other ones are behind me hiding. But the plants are coming on alright. Look a bit dead now. I don't know if it's a wisteria or a clematis. I know one's one. This one here, I started making that, must be 4 or 5 years ago now. It comes up the pot there. I split it one way and the other. I put the canes in. Got it going twisted round that one. And twisted going around that one. Well, you'd like that twisted, wouldn't you? If you're watching Vince. Little shout out for you, my friend. Thank you for your knowledge you gave me as well. It definitely worked. So that one is different to this one. We only stuck that in there. I say last year, it was the year before now. Just to get it out of the way. Here's Trouble. I can hear Trouble scratching at the door. That's Rebel, the dog. Did he come in, baby? Hey, and to come say hello? Come on then, it's a bit hot out here for you, isn't it? Come on. Here she comes. Come here, baby. Come on then. Hey? This is Rebel. She's normally a lot noisier than this, ain't you, baby? Hey? Is what you got to tell them? It's YouTube. Yeah, it's all the tubers. What you been learning? What you got to tell them? Like and subscribe. Be nice if you look at them and say it. And you can say, like, no, you've got that out of her. I mean, it's not too bad, really. It's a lot for her. She's sniffing in the air, look. Who can I bark at? Anyway, yeah, thank you for joining me. I will keep you updated. I'll try and get a couple of videos out per week. It'll be lovely to have all this crap done and out of the way. And start on with putting my tops on. I've got my tops cut for this side. I got them done last year. Now you see the black polythene at the back. It's because my liner does come up and over that wall, and rather than the sun kill it over the last 12 months, I covered it with a bit of polythene first. Now the reason I haven't put my tops on there, and my tops, I've got to cut these ones, and my tops around here, as in I did get informed that the liner likes to shrink within its first year, only slightly. So that was the reason I didn't put them on last year, or the year before. But we must do a bit this year. As in at the minute, I've got no site to work on, I'm jobless. So I've got plenty of time really, in that sense. But then we have just took on a new field and got the animals down there today. I say jobless, I mean I ain't bought a new site to do a building project. But we have everything else still going on. Right, Thank you for joining, people. Enjoy the day, the week, the weekend, all of it. Ta-da.